Where are we going? Well, we are, happy Veterans Day, by the way, to all the veterans. Thank you for your service. We are at 67 sales a day on the 10th day of November. That's our average. And uh, that's kind of what it was last year at the same time. It was 67 sales per day. That's where we were. Where are we today? We're with 55 sales per day, but that's just the first 9 days. So we shall see. We are doing 80 days of inventory based on that 67 sales per day for last month. So anyway, moving forward, we have 5,384 available homes. And of those high rises, condos, single family, and townhomes, we've got about 24% are cash buyers and they are investors. So they are buying 21 homes per day, which is 25% of the market. When you look at it from that perspective, we have 34% of our single family homes are the medium price 0 to 450,000, and we just listed 31, and we have 1,321 of those single family homes that are available, and that's a good part of the market. We said 5,384, and we have 34% of those being single family homes that are in the medium price range. I noticed, been watching the median price this first 10 days, and it is going down a little bit, but we don't report on it until, I might mention it in next week someday, maybe the 15th or 16th. However, the end of the month really tells the tale of the tape on the median price. So we'll stick with 450 for now, 450,000. The $1 million market, it looks healthy. I was listening to one of my researchers today, and he said, it looks like, that $1 million market is going to stay pretty good for the next couple years. So I know everybody, if you're looking to list homes and what have you, you might look into farms that are, edging up into that $700,000-800,000 mark, and they might be ready to jump up into the $1 million market. So just a little tip there for that. And today I've put the homeowner net worth being almost 40 times greater than the renters. And you should use this to get the first time home buyers off the fence. And those are the people that have moved into an apartment for whatever reason. It's time, it's time perhaps to get them off the fence. And with the interest rates perhaps going down, there's buyers sitting on the sidelines, I'm not so sure that Barbara Cochran wasn't wrong when she said it might be the best time to buy. Because when those rates go down and those gates open up and those buyers start buying, guess what happens? Prices inch up a little bit. The last year over the country, the prices for the first, I think they did for the first 9 months, National Association of Realtors said prices appreciated about 2.5% to 3%. And overall, they've stayed pretty steady in our market. Let's look at, I think I pulled up, and hold with me for just a second. I think I pulled up last year. Let's look at where we were last year, just for the heck of it, okay? I'm going to show you this. So last year, lipstick. Last year we had, let's see, we were doing 127 days of inventory. Yeah, that was more inventory. The median price was $445. So we've gone up a little bit. And we were selling, last year, we were selling 74 homes per day. So, the market hasn't changed drastically. However, this month to date, we're down a little bit, but I think that's going to go back up. I think it'll go back up to in the 60s. And last year we were like the same day last year, we were doing 59. We're doing 55 sales per day. And so as you can see, that did change by the end of November last year. So last November. It jumped up to 67. And I think we're going to have the same episode this November too. Last year we were selling $1 million homes, 4.5 a day. Now I've been predicting all year that our 4 would go up to last year's 4.5, but we shall see. We still have, a month and a half left. I'll be happy if it just stays at 4, and I'm sure you will be too. The investors last year were actually, they were buying 32 homes per day. And that probably had a lot to do with the interest rates and the cash and them selling. So this year it's down. It's, to me, it's down 5%. So, it's pretty much nationwide what's going on when you look at the percentages and what's going on in our market. Let's see, anything else remarkable last year to talk about? The median priced home was 38% of the market. And this year it's, let's see, what did we say? Let me hide this for a second. Yeah, 34%. So things really haven't changed, everybody. What possibly has changed is what we're going to talk about today, which is your exposure. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to start off with a couple little videos here that we need to be day trading attention. Let me just segue to that. We need to be day trading attention. And Gary V will tell you that. Let's see. I have Gary V. Is that Gary? Let's see. That's Gary. Things seem to be slow in the world today with, come on. No, that's not it. Come on. So we'll put that one back down. That one's a good one now, but we're not going to play that one today. Let me see. Where did it go? Come on. Come on. Ta-da, hopefully it comes up. It's funny doing things on the fly because they don't always work. I don't know why that one's not working, but it isn't. Okay. YouTube isn't going to be friendly with us today. But so the point is with Gary V's video that isn't showing for some reason, he was saying that we have to be day trading attention. The people who are going to get business are people that have attention. And his new book is going to be called Day Trading Attention, and I can't wait to read that. And Gary's going to be pushing that probably until his book is released, because he really is passionate about what he believes in. And if you're not exposing your knowledge to people, well, they think you don't exist in today's world, and that's just the way it is. So we're going to talk a little bit today about your strategy for videos. Now, I've come up with I gleaned 14 points that we're going to go over today about videos. And I'm doing this because you need to get a YouTube channel. YouTube is the second most searched site out there, first only to Google, and Google owns YouTube. So that in itself is a tactic and strategy for you to embrace. So the YouTube strategy for you. Let me ask you a question. How visible are you to the market that you service? Are they seeing you? Are they saying, hey, Sally, I see you everywhere. Linda, I see you everywhere. Erin, I see you everywhere. Well, if it's Erin Pearson Mills, you probably do see her everywhere because she has a strategy. And she finally this year did get her YouTube channel going because she was busy doing Instagram and other things. And so it takes time. It takes time. I mean, you can't just do everything at once and expect it to be good, because it has to be good. Gary Vee says you have to be a media company. Well, you do have to be a media company. And guess what? Even the media companies, they have to know what they're doing. They have to have be able to express their knowledge in a good way, like a story, or like the way you present it. It's important to grab people's attention. So visibility, though, beats ability. And this is the segue, right? You haven't done it before. How do you get started? You just get started. And done is better than perfect, believe me. I mean, when I look back at all the videos I've done over the years, it's like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But anyway, I've learned, and I keep learning. I just went to three conferences. August, I went to the Tom Ferry Summit. Then in October, I went to Denver to the Jason Pantana, my idol. And then I just got back from Mastermind with Katie Lance, Mike Gardino, and Tasia, all three industry experts. So I continue to learn and improve my craft and learn what I can teach you to improve yours so that you can begin, or at least improve if you've already begun. So what we're saying, ability isn't important, because it definitely is. And the ability but you can't, sometimes it's like you didn't know how to ride a bike until you started riding a bike. And then you got better at it and better at it. And some people get better than others, just like skateboarding. Some of those people, they can go up on that high curve and come back down. And then there's others that just are skateboarding, they're just going along. Well, that's kind of the way it is with video, but you've got to get started. That's the main message for me to get across to you today. And I'm going to see if I can't, let me see if I can. No, I don't want to be up there. That's the whole thing. Let me see if I can put that up there. See, I learn all the time. I'm always learning. And you'll find that too. And I'm not afraid to mess up in front of you all. I mean, you know me. And if you want to learn something, you put up with my idiosyncrasies. So let's get started here. It's a slow grind. Oh my gosh, it really is a slow grind. And know this better than most. Growing your brand on YouTube is a slow grind. It's not a quick and easy path to celebrity status, not on YouTube. And people won't be pounding on your virtual door and begging you to sell their homes or list their homes within a week of you creating the channel. Unless you're already famous because you're other places, and now you're getting people to come to your channel on the other platforms that you've created a presence on. There is that. And one of the biggest takeaways, there's a quote that sums up what we mean by this. Don't expect to pull any type of viewership your first year. And I think if you have that as your expectation, because you maybe aren't out on other platforms that you can direct to your YouTube channel, and that's okay. It's okay to just get started. I'm not trying to suck the wind out of your sails, so let's keep going. You probably heard this Chinese proverb at least once. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the second best time to plant that tree is now. It's a bit like that, only if you go about it the right way, we promise it won't take you 20 years to get some serious leads as a real estate agent on YouTube. So don't worry about getting all the details right. Just get started. And Katie at our mastermind group, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know how many times she said, done is better than perfect. Just get started, get it done. And don't worry, you will get better. You will get better at it. And you're going to keep learning. And you're going to look back at your first videos and you're going to cringe. Oh my gosh. And that's okay. In fact, that's a good thing. It means that you've made progress from those first antsy days as you became a YouTube creator. And that's worth celebrating. Just don't let the cringe factor stop you from putting yourself out there and getting seen by your ideal clients. Because there's a study somewhere that proves people are more likely to contact a real estate agent whose first videos made them laugh with horrified pity. Just has to be. So then you're going to set up a camera or a phone, and that's always ready to record. And you may, what I did when I go to my conferences, I have two phones. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. I have two phones, and I have one that I might want to record or get some B-roll so that I can then post it different places. But the camera's on the iPhone, and I know on the Google phone, there's other phones that have good cameras too. I'm just an iPhone Apple person. I know it's a great camera, and you can use this. You don't have to go buy an expensive camera there. And it's interesting because Tasia, the gal who was our YouTube specialist at Katie Lance's Mastermind, I mean, she's got an old camera, an old Sony, and it works just fine. So, the only thing about the other cameras is the fuzzy background, right? You're in focus so that you show up and the background's kind of, blurred a little bit. And there's a word for that. But anyway, you don't need that. I mean, I'm using my computer camera. It's fine. It's just fine. So don't go crazy with equipment. You can buy a tripod, for under $20. You probably need that. You need a nice light. I mean, there's lights all over the internet, Amazon and Etsy and all these other places. And some of them just clip right onto your phone, just like right there. They just clip right on. And I have a lumen light that is on a tripod. So if I want to take my tripod and my light and another little tripod for my phone, that's all is going to cost you, not counting your phone, under $100. So there's no excuse. You don't need fancy equipment. So if you've got a spare camera phone, like I'm talking about, it'll always be ready for you to do a video. And that's just be ready, because those moments come by and you say, oh, I should have videoed that. Well, video it. Just get that other camera out there and video it. And then you're ready at a moment's notice. So number 4, oh dear, always go for the hook with your titles. I could not impress upon you how important that is, and how late in my career I learned it finally. But hooks are important. And I remember when Facebook wouldn't let you do an ad with a question in it. I don't know if you all remember way back then. And I think it was because they felt it gave some people an unfair advantage. I'm not really sure why they put that criteria in there, but no longer. You can ask questions all day long now, because now they want the viewership. And video, of course, has increased in popularity because more people are doing it and more people are getting better at it. So you have to have a good hook with your titles, especially on YouTube, which is what we're talking about today. What I will tell you is, if you can get a camera, or your camera, get somebody with a camera to take some different clips of you. And what I'm talking about is for your thumbnails. So you might want to say, you might have yourself pointing up, going like this, some neat, a little menu somewhere of your different clips based on what you're going to talk about. And most of us, we're either telling somebody something, we're presenting something, or we're like, oh no, right? All those different, make like 10 or 12 clips that you can just pull out whenever you want to add that clip to your thumbnail with your good title. Okay. How to do YouTube videos, and you might want to look like that. I mean, for me anyway. So, oh my God, I had the worst inspection. So your title would be, how bad can an inspection turn out? And you can be going like that. So think of those things too, because you need to be day trading attention, grabbing attention. And those types of things attract people. Think of yourself. Go on YouTube yourself and see what attracts you. All those little thumbnails on the side. Just go see what attracts you. I mean, look at the Beast. I mean, my gosh, if you go and, I mean, he's like, I think the top revenue generator on YouTube. So look at what he does. And not that you could become him, or maybe you could. I'm not here to judge, but look at some of these people. Now, Tom Story is a real estate agent in Canada who primarily deals with condos. So look him up. Look Brad McCallum up. Brad McCallum is another real estate agent from Canada who has really knocked it out of the ballpark when it comes to videos. Look at his thumbnails. Look at his titles. That's what we're talking about right now. And then, of course, you can go on to look at his other things. So number 5, put your Calendly link in the description and plug it in the first 30 seconds. So you should put your Calendly link. You should have a link. Calendly is a great little tool for people to schedule appointments with you. I I think it works in a lot of different markets. I haven't really gotten feedback here, like if it works for buyers scheduling to meet up with you to talk about financing or to talk about selling their condo and buying a home or whatever they're doing. However, you should have it there. And I think Calendly is very inexpensive, and I've been using it for a long time. And it just shows that you kind of know what you're doing, so to speak. Number 6, keep your outro short and sweet. Yeah. So you might want to say, like, I mean, I say whatever comes to my mind on that day. And if Jimmy's here or I have another guest, that changes sometimes what your outro is going to be. But it also should be short and sweet. Um, a lot of people use music as part of their outro, but viewers would bail before the video ended because they knew the video was officially over at that point. So you have to be careful. I've not put music into my videos yet, but I probably will. And the reason why I haven't is because we use my video to chop it up and put it on other platforms. And other platforms, it might not be music that they allow. Yeah, so I've kind of stayed away from that right now. I might change in the future. I might change how I do my videos. I'm probably going to start batching videos. Maybe not this year, but it's in my plan for next year. And what I mean by that, I'm going to take a Sunday and I'm going to do several videos. And then that's called B-roll. And then I'm going to get a video editor to look at the channel and see what music might they allow for that particular video that I'm going to upload. So I've got my plan set for next year. And batching is good. I like live as well, especially because what I'm doing for the most part is bringing you news about the market today and talking a little bit about it. So, yeah. So your outro should not include music unless it's B-roll and unless that particular, when you upload it to like Instagram, you use their trending music or the music that they allow you to use. That's the whole point. All right. I labored that a little bit too much. Number 7, don't stop filming every time you make a mistake. Oh my gosh. I mean, I have done over 1,000 videos and I'm still making mistakes. And if I stopped every time I made a mistake, I wouldn't be here. And so that's a big one. Just keep moving. And with all the tools today, there's so many different tools. If you're not live, you can go and edit your video and take out those mistakes. So there's that. You don't need the best gear. Now we talked about that earlier. Video equipment, it depends how deep you're going to get into it. So I wouldn't worry about that. We talked about that before, so I'm not going to talk about it again. Don't use ads to grow your channel. Okay, now going back to this for just a minute. YouTube it's easy to advertise on YouTube. They make it very easy. The process is easy and it's not expensive. However, let me explain something to you. The reason why we say don't use ads to grow your channel, and I put that in parentheses for a reason. The question of monetizing your YouTube channel is bound to come up. So as ads bring retention down, since people are likely to bail before the end of your video. YouTube is one of those channels where you search for what you want. I want why I should buy a home in Las Vegas. Well, that's a particular target market, and people that go and listen to that are people that are interested in what your title says. When the ad, so hold that thought. So that if you're advertising that and the people who are seeing it click on it and say, oh, I'm not interested, that brings your retention time down. The algorithm wants people to watch your video for more than 5 seconds. So you don't want to bring your attention, and that number shifts. It may have gone down to 3. but I know the last time I looked, it was 5. Um, and and over time, that affects how much YouTube's going to show your content, your videos. So we don't want to be doing that. Number 10, create a video trailer. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Um, you want an introduction, and you want a trailer for anyone new to your content. So in YouTube, you can put a featured video, which kind of maybe you explain what your channel is all about. That idea is good, but I think you need to test it, because that has a lot to do with how you present yourself more than what you're saying. Uh, you might want to think about that. We change our featured videos from time to time. I don't put up there what I'm about. What I'm about is in the banner. I do the Las Vegas Real Estate Market Watch, and that's the most important thing that I do to attract attention. So you need some kind of a way to let people know what your videos are about. I'm not always been that good at that. I should say today we're going to do 3 things. We're going to talk about the market stats. Then we're going to talk about Gary Vee and Jason Pantena and their tips for this week. And then we're going to talk about videos. That's what I'm talking about, those 3 things. And we like 3. Number 11, don't be afraid to beg nicely for subscriptions. You want people to comment. You want people to engage. You want people to subscribe to your channel, especially when you're out there trying to garner business from it. My purpose is to help you do that. So I'm not necessarily someone that you would go and watch to determine how to do video. You want to go to another real estate agent's YouTube channel and see how they do that, and see how many views they get, and see why they get so many views. A lot of times, I'm not really sure why some of these people are getting the views they're getting, but they're getting them. Okay, they're getting them. So I have to think outside my box, and I have to think, well, maybe it's because they did this, they showed their background, or they had a green screen, or whatever. There's some reason why they're getting so many views. So you need to make sure that you know how to ask people nicely to subscribe to your channel. And you might say, tomorrow we're going to talk about this, so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get all my relevant videos, notifications to watch me, something like that. And do it with enthusiasm. Number 12, don't be afraid to niche down to your local market. We talked a little bit about niching down in the mastermind, and Tasia, our YouTube expert, says niche down. You can't be all things to all people. So niche down. Like if you have a farm, hopefully you do, farm plan and database. Those are our 3 things on business planning. So what you want to do is go somewhere in that local marketplace where your farm is, and do a video or interview a local restaurant, or a local coffee shop. Maybe there's other stores there. There's a small private fitness center that nobody knows about because it's not a name brand. These people want, most of these people want to have themselves exposed, especially by consumers, or by people that like what their food, or people, like what they're doing. So that's what they were calling niching down to your market. It's so important, because those people are going to watch you. Hey, do you live in Hualapai in Summerlin? Mastriani's is one of the best restaurants. It's right across Hualapai on the other side of Summerlin. Great Italian food. And we're going to walk in here today, and we're going to talk to John, the waiter. And John, how long have you been working here? I mean, you get the drift, right? So you need to do that. That's so important. And Gary Vaynerchuk has been saying that ever since the first time I saw him, which was, oh my gosh, decades ago now. Time flies. Anyway, number 13, monetizing and using the community tab. Now I'm going to look at my notes for that one. Uh, well, all right. And what they're telling me here, what I'm learning is you'll need to get 1,000 subscribers and rack up at least 4,000 hours of watch time before YouTube is going to monetize your channel. And what that means is they're going to put your channel, they're going to pay you for the viewers. And that goes up and down. Tasia was getting a nice, handsome sum of money for a long time, and then all of a sudden it all went away. So when the algorithm changes, don't get used to that money, because things change, as we know. It's rented ground, and it's free. So if you're getting paid for it, that's something. Anyway, number 14 is steal my videos. What does that mean? Well, I really referenced that earlier. Go ahead and use what other people have learned in creating their videos. And I talked about Brad McCallum, Tom Story, there's Aaron Mills. There's so many people out there that you can go and search for Las Vegas real estate and see what they're doing, and see how many views they're getting, and see their style and why you think, and analyze their video and say, why did they get 500 views on that video? And then yesterday they only got 50 on that one. Start comparing to see what is attracting, because we're in the business. So we have a different perspective than the consumer out there that's trying to find a real estate agent to help them move to Las Vegas, or help them sell their home in Summerlin or Green Valley. So they're looking for somebody who speaks to them. You're not going to be all things to all people, but you can go and you can look at what other people are doing and then adapt maybe that style or what you like. It has to be what you like. And that's it for today. And I'm 2 minutes over my allotted time. I'm anxious to share what I've learned with everybody. And we talk about that a lot. I am happy to say that, let's see if I can fix this. There we go. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try one more time. And Thomas Edison said that. And he did. He tried a lot of times to get that light bulb to go on. So never, never, never give up. And this is a great mantra to have. And this was John's for years. Never, never, never give up. And we were through since 1987, believe me, we've been through some ups and downs in this real estate market in Las Vegas. But we're blessed to be here. And you should thank your lucky stars you're in Las Vegas, because our market has continued to stay as steady as it could, except for when the Gulf War went on and we were like, what are we going to do now? But we hung in there. We never quit. And we've had other things that have gone on. 9/11, so many different events have affected our business, but we never, never give up. And that's why a lot of times I tell people, you need to have money in the bank, because we're on rented ground here, not just on social media, but in real estate, because when something happens, our market changes and we need to be ready. And when it slows down, we need to have a list of things that we're going to accomplish in the downtime. Not just, go to the zoo or something. Do something to make your business better. And Jimmy and I are trying to do as much training as possible now. It's been a rough couple months, and I won't belabor that point. But Jimmy just spent a couple weeks in the hospital, with appendicitis and the after effects of that. My John has not been well, and I've had to deal with that, and I've lost my consistency, which I'm going to get that back. And today I thought, oh my gosh, I had a lot to do, but I wanted to jump on here and just show up for you all. And hopefully I provided some value, and we'll get better. We'll get better. I've got a lot of things planned for next year and through the holidays. So I love you all. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell to notify yourself when I come on, and I will be more consistent. And comment and I go back and I read the comments, and for the longest time during COVID, we got a ton of comments, and now not so much. And I know you're all busy, but every once in a while, give me a like, give me something, and I see you all saying goodbye. So I'll say goodnight, Gracie, and I will see you all hopefully Monday. You all have a great weekend and a happy Veterans Day, and thank everybody for your service. We're blessed in this country, and we're blessed to live here.